Hello, welcome to Board Game Bonkers. I'm Jay Sears, and I want to give you an update on the channel, particularly since we've had a lot of new subscribers over the last couple of months. Now, the last update was back in October last year, and I'll let you know about changes that are happening, and some of those changes have already happened. So I just want to give an update on that. So I've got everything up in the list here on my laptop in front of me, because there's no way I'm going to remember it all. And I want to let you know why things have stopped, why new things are coming in, what's new, what's fresh and different. Now, I just want to say a big thank you to all those who have subscribed, support the channel since it launched less than a year ago. So we're still in our infinite baby stages, and it's nice to see the channel grow organically. I don't promote this outside Facebook, and I certainly don't hound different groups to promote the channel apart from when it's first launched. So it's a big thank you to those who are helping the channel grow, and I really do appreciate you getting involved. So I want to create a sense of community. So with that out of the way, let me just dive into what has stopped, and then we'll get into what is new, what's been introduced, and what's coming up in the future. So what has stopped? Well, I did announce back in October that our standard reviews would stop, and that was back in the 27th of January 24. So that's only a couple of months ago that had stopped. Now, why have I stopped standard reviews? That's just taking a board game, doing a standard review, giving my viewpoints, a score out of 10. So the reason why I've stopped is because I don't want to get caught into this hatch gap where everyone reviews modern games that are just coming out. There are already a lot of channels that do that. I don't want to do just the same. The channel was about doing things different, gives a fresh perspective and angle into the board gaming world. And I don't want to be copying what others do. So that's why we scrapped the standard reviews. And I was more keen to fill in gaps that were missing in the board game industry, which we'll come to later. So what else is stopped or is stopping? Well, on the 17th of April, unboxings will stop. That'll be the last video coming out on that day. The reason why it'll stop is because we don't get enough views on them. So why continue something where we don't get enough views? I want to be creating videos where people will be viewing and enjoying them. So that's important for this channel. Next we'll be stopping is Under the Meeple Lights. The last video will be the 11th of May this year. But in season 3, I thoroughly enjoyed doing Under the Meeple Lights, and I'll explain why it's stopping. One reason, it takes a lot of time and effort to engage and connect with the different designers and content creators. It also takes away from their time as well. Not only that, I need to come up with ideas and different questions, 120 for each season. That's 360 in total. It's a lot of questions. I can't think of them all. It's tough, it's time consuming. And the amount of views that we get for what I put into it is not a lot, which is why we're stopping it. But I have to thank everyone who's taken part because they thoroughly enjoyed it. They've liked the uniqueness from it. So what was a little bit unique was questions would come out of this bowl, the random questions. We'd pull one out and we'd reveal. The guests would then answer that question. We shook it up for season 3 and completely changed the way that was done in terms of the questions. Now, if you haven't seen any of the Under the Meeple Lights shows, please go to the playlist, click on Under the Meeple Lights and check them out. Some of them are super fun and they change slightly from season to season. So in the final season, that will end on the 11th of May this year. So what's continuing? So as I mentioned in the last video update, the free links review was continuing, but I'm now decided to stop that. I haven't got a date when it will stop. I've got a couple of free links reviews coming out. And the concept of that was looking at 3 different board games, looking at the link between these 3 games to give you a bit of a comparison. So you can decide, well, which of those 3 would I pick? Which one do I enjoy? What's good about them? What's not so good about them? Unfortunately, I think what's happened is people are not seeing it as that because that might be to do with the thumbnail, not understanding what a free links review is. So I've decided, given the views I'm receiving on the free links reviews, I'm going to draw that back and I'm going to stop it. And the reason why is because the amount of time it takes and the views I get in return of that is not worth it. It takes a lot of time to prep the games, free games, and to compare and contrast them. So I'm going to stop that. I haven't got an end point, but in the next month or 2, that will stop. So what's continuing, the top 10s that we're doing monthly will continue, A lot of people enjoy them. I'm really pleased the way they're going. I enjoy doing them, and I think they work well. So that was something we introduced a few months back, and it's working well. We're going to continue with that. Every month, a top 10 will come out. Quick fire reviews, which we do quarterly. It's looking at 5 different board games and a quick review on them. I really enjoy doing them. It is time consuming. Again, we don't get a lot of views. So that is something we will monitor and see whether that's something we continue with. But I really like reviewing smaller games because I don't think enough channels do that. Yes, you have the Dice Tower do quick fire reviews. A couple of other channels do them from time to time, but I want to kind of do this regularly every quarter if I can keep it going. The other thing that will continue, and I will shake and change this up, is the Bonkers show. Now, the idea of the Bonkers show was doing something a little bit different. It wasn't quite board gamey as such, and to kind of shake things up a little. It hasn't gone to plan as I would have liked, and perhaps some of it is not as crazy as I would have liked. So what's coming up in the Bonkers show is we're going to do something completely different. We've got something called Electrocute versus Question. Now, you're probably wondering what on earth that is. It's not pleasant. So it's something a little bit bonkers. So we're going to kind of tailor the shows, we're going to tailor the video content, we're going to tailor everything relating it to the name, Bonkers, and do things a little bit crazy. Not only that, we've got another thing coming up, which is we're actually going to try and attend 3 different board game cafes in 3 different regions in an evening, in one evening. So that's going to be tough, a little bit crazy in how we're going to do that. So we will record that. We'll show you that when it comes up. So a few things in the pipeline and how we're going to ramp things up for the Bonkers show and do things a little bit different. It gives you different content. Now, I don't want to be copying what others have done out there. I'm sure we've got other channels that do some crazy things with board games, like parachuting out of a plane while playing a board game. We're not going to copy any of that, do things a little bit different and perhaps less crazy. So what is new and what had changed, what had come in to the channel? So I've got a few things here. I've got the classic reviews that I want to kind of try out. So that's something I'm going to do quarterly. Look at classic board games and can rate them as if I was rating them today and what they're like today. Now, the channel, which is BOARDGAME covers classic reviews, which I really enjoy. But I still think we could do more as a community in reviewing classic board games. What frustrates me is that everyone reviews just modern games when there's a lot of great classics out there that are still worth buying and are still available and the great gameplay they provide. The annual Meeple Christmas quiz we did last December, which was great. If you haven't seen it, please go to the playlist, hit the Christmas. Super fun quiz. Absolutely loved it. That's something we'll do again. It's a shame we didn't get enough views in it, but if you do have time, just check it out. It's a bundle of fun. The Halloween and Christmas themed content we're looking to introduce, but again, I don't want to copy what everyone else is doing, so we'll have a little look at that. Top sixes was introduced. That was something new, something that was kind of coinciding with the top tens, but just doing things a little bit different. It didn't quite fit into a top 10, so decided to do a top 6. The reason why it's top 6 because everyone does top 5s or top 10s. So we decided to do a top 6 instead, which others have copied, but that's fine. The better than, which is looking at board games that are better than the classics. That's something I was looking at doing. I did one for Monopoly. I'm going to continue that. It's a lot of work and a lot of effort goes into it because of the research and play a hell of a lot of board games to look at what is better than the classics, such as your Trivial Pursuit, Monopolies, chess, etc. The other new thing that will be coming in is a kind of debate called Hot Meeple. We'll probably call it that. It's kind of board game debate where we take questions from both, 3 questions with a guest, and we will answer those questions. They're hot topics in the board game industry, so you can have a different viewpoint on those. Now, a couple of people do that and channels do it already, which is fine, but we're doing a little bit different by randomly drawing it out of a bowl, so we have no idea what's coming out. We can't pre-plan it. It's a little bit more ad hoc and spontaneous, which I think gives a different taste and flavour to that. Now, the other things that I do, which to make you aware, is occasionally I do a blog Medium. The link is in the videos, okay? So any video you click on, you see a link to Medium. Sometimes I do a script for a video. It's based on that particular article on Medium, so check them out. Some fascinating articles and topics I've written, and sometimes I'll do videos based on those articles. So that is what is kind of new and different in terms of what's coming to the channel. So I know there'll be a few disappointments in a standard review being stopped. There's reasons behind that I've given. There might be some not too happy with the free links review being stopped, but I'm not going to be doing videos where I'm only getting 60 or 80 views. That is not worth my time, and there's no point in doing something where the vast majority of the community are not watching. I want to do content the vast majority of the community watch. Top 10s, top 6s, see how the classic reviews go. We'll see how the Bonkers show go. Again, if they don't get the traction that the other videos do, then we just stop them and look at something fresh and unique. The whole point in this channel was keeping it fresh, doing things that were unique and different. As I take a slurp from a tea. Now, if there's any content that you would like to see me deliver, if there's any content you want the channel to look into, please let me know in the comments down below. I want this channel to be much a part of me as it is a part of you, because ultimately it's you that matters. You're the ones that are watching the videos, you're the ones that are liking, you're the ones that are commenting, you're the ones that are subscribed. So if the content is not good enough or it's not right for your taste, then why do the video? So I want to make sure the videos are tailored to what you enjoy. And I want to make sure that we create a community that people feel like they can comment, like, get involved in discussions, feel part of the videos. So I'm not just talking to an audience that's random, more of a community. And that's what I want to try and create. Now, before I finish off, just to make you aware that I will be at the Board Game Convention Expo in Birmingham this year, which is, I've forgotten the date of it, in a couple of months. So if you are there, I will be wearing a t-shirt with the logo on it, so please look out for me. I will have a press pass. I'll be going with the Hexy Beast, and we'll be creating some content for it. But if you just see me, stop me, say hello. I will say hello back. If you want to have a game with us, please do let us know. I'll be happy to sit down and play some games, and that's why I want to go, not just to buy things. I don't like conventions, that's not for me. I prefer playing games, meeting people, having some fun, having some food, and enjoying myself. That's what I want to do at the convention. So if you're there, please do come and see me. Speak to myself or the Hexy Beast. And thank you so much for everyone who has participated in this channel and supported it from the start. A big thank you. And if you haven't already done so and you're watching the content, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you like what you hear. Until next time, take care.
This is Bonkers.